Welcome to Agora by Give Something Back to Berlin. In this podcast series, we'll be finding out how migration has changed our urban landscape and exchange ideas with those who are making a difference. Join us while we tackle issues ranging from human rights and diversity to migrant identity and belonging. Welcome to Agora. I'm Gaby and today I'm joined by Amani and Antonina, who are part of the Open Heart Space community, which is one of the wonderful projects under the Give Something Back to Berlin umbrella. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How are you both doing?
Yeah, good.
So, Amani, I would like to ask you a question. I was just wondering how you found out about Give Something Back to Berlin. And what you can tell me about the first time that you sort of were part of the community.
Yeah, actually, my husband and I, we came here to Berlin on 2015. And at the beginning, we were apart from Teach Surfing organization. And once we met Sven and Elka, and they invited us to come here to Lighthouse here to celebrate with them with the first universe for Refugio. And then we came here at September on 2015 and we met all the people here and it was a very nice place, and then we share them with many activities like cafés or with cooking or with and many events that they did here. And at the beginning of 2016 I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And I was living in a very bad place for refugees, and with my pregnancy it was difficult for me to stay there. So Sven asked me to come here and living at the guest room until we find our apartment. But you know, in Berlin no one can find this apartment easy or quickly. It took about 9 months or 10 months. And I got my baby here, and during this year we made a lot of relationships with our neighborhood. We made a lot of friendships. We met thousands of people. Amazing. Around all the world. Every day it was something interesting and something new that I learned here.
So it's a very positive experience. Yes. And really
with
nice.
Everything.
Amazing.
Yeah. This place opened my eyes and opened my mind and also my heart for all the people from all the world.
Amazing. Yeah. And how did you find out about Give Something Back to Berlin, and what motivated you to start volunteering?
I think that for me it's a little bit difficult to say exactly when I found out about Give Something Back to Berlin. I got to know the organization through one of the projects, which was called back then Open Art Shelter. And I just wrote to my friend, who then connected me with Hania Hakiel, who was the founder of Open Art Shelter. I wrote her a message and she wrote me back, yes, sure, let's meet and let's talk. And I have to say that for me it was a very natural step to do. Like I came here around 4 years ago and I felt that okay, I have a lot of time and I have a lot of time and I would like to do something. And since when being in Poland, because I'm from Poland, this community and involvement and this motion and doing something together is something it was very natural for me. It was always my life. And I guess that I was looking for the similar thing to do also here.
Amazing. And now you're part of the Open Heart Space community. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about the ethos and what you're doing there?
I think it's a little bit difficult for me to speak about the concrete ethos as this word sounds a little bit big for me. Maybe I can. I feel better when speaking about things which are simply important for us, for the community, for open heart space, and I think like the first and most important thing when it comes to open heart space is that we try to base our work on relationships, longer lasting, stable relationships, as we believe that when being in a new unfamiliar reality, when being in a new cultural context, and when being in a new place, simply, it's something what really helps us all to feel a little bit safer, a little bit more at home, a little bit more settled down, grounded. And second thing would be, I think, like following people's needs. And I'm speaking here mainly about the children and children and teenagers from our community, because within our community we also support children and teenagers, and it's very important for us that we, in relationships with the children, we don't fulfill any specific designed like roles, imposed roles. We observe the children, we observe ourselves, we observe our relationship, and we see where it takes us. And third thing, I think that it would be simply presence. And this is this part which is very often the hardest for us, because especially in the Western culture, like I feel that we need to, like, we like to feel very like helpful and useful, and we like to have these clear tasks to fulfill, and we forget very often that that very often the most important thing which we can give to another human being is this mindful presence and attention. So yeah, I don't know if it's an ethos, but this is.
But it's your approach. It's
Yeah.
the way that you work with your community, and I think that's really great that you're really like listening to your community and seeing what they need, you know, and just paying attention to that and being connected in that way. I think it's really amazing. And there are different projects that are underneath the Open Heart Space umbrella. Can you tell us a little bit more about each individual project and how they interlink?
So I would say that there are now like 4 main projects, and first one would be Open Art Space. Amani will be speaking more about Open Art Space. I can say only that it's a space for adults and children, because adults very often come with the children, where you can simply sit and take a brush and take a paint and sit in calmness and listen to music and be with others, and where you can express your creativity through different methods. And second would be Frauensprachcafé, and Frauensprachcafé is that's a space only for women, where women also can come with their children, and where they can practice their German in this safe and nice and non-judgmental atmosphere. And that's the project. Frauensprachcafé is coordinated by Ani Holz-Greve, who has been part of the community from the early beginning. So she has been here earlier than I was. And so that's Frauensprachcafé. And there's also Be My Body program, and as I was already speaking a little bit, it's the program. Within this program we support children and teenagers individually, and it might mean many different ways, it might mean many different things. We can support them in many different ways, And then there would be also Club der Sterne. That's something very new. In English, I think that it would be Stars Club or something like that. That's the name coined together with our teenage girls, and like Friday afternoons for teenage girls, when they can come to the space, they can do their homeworks with support of adult women. They can hang out, they can paint, they can dance, listen to the music, talk about life. And also that's a very good example, I think, how our community works, because the idea was the girls' idea, and that was their need to have this kind of space, and it came from them. And after some conversations, we decided that let's do it, let's co-create it together.
Yeah, that's wonderful that you can all come together and think about how you can create new projects to facilitate the needs, right? And that's really wonderful, and that it's everyone working together, part of the community. Yeah. So you've been attending the art classes.
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed the most about the experience, and what new sort of creative skills have you learned by attending the art workshops?
The most interesting things at Open Art Space is that we are free to express our thoughts, our feelings on the canvas with many different kinds of colors. Also, this wonderful music that we listening every week.
Lovely,
and there is something special with this music that we are coming from many different culture, many different country. Not all of us speaking the same language. And even that, sometimes we hearing some songs that belongs to a framed language that no one knows what is the words, what are the words, but we enjoying the music, and we going with this float of music, and we share together a very nice and warm moments together. And every time that I came here, I felt that I'm not as a guest. Also, sometimes I can be the host. We are all together sharing everything. It's not like the relationship between us. It's not like chef and
everyone's on the same level.
At the same level. All of us. We are sharing the discussion or to make it decision. All of us helping each other. All of us support each other, and I got this feeling that we are together as one body. Yeah. And what is the skills that I got from this space? It begins before 2 years, at the same time, like today, before the Christmas time. Hania brought from Poland some of glass colors, and Tosha brought some of latins, and it was the beginning for me that I tried to painting this glass, and I was wondering that I did something very nice, and then they they asked me to share with them with the Weihnachtsmarket in Saal here in share house, and they gave me a stand, and I put all my Latin that I did at that time, and they were very simple, but after 2 years now I made a very big Schritt or steps, and maybe I found myself, I became as professional with glass painting.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen some of the lanterns that you've made, and they're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think it's so wonderful that you've been able to, attend these art classes and learn these new skills that you can apply, and then also sell what you're making. And,
They opened to me the door to see something new, to learn something new, and then they support me to start with a very small amount of money, and then now I'm here.
That's great.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, and you were also in Syria. You were studying statistics and IT, which is obviously like very mathematical.
Yeah, I know.
And recently you've just enrolled at university to study industrial design.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, sort of, what inspired you to start studying again, and did the open art space have anything to do with that?
Yeah. They opened my mind and my eyes to see that inside myself that there is an artist who can do something with numbers or with computers and mix all those together to make something helpful for our world.
That's brilliant, yeah. And you, we were speaking before, and you described the open art space as the Lighthouse.
Yes.
Can you, explain what you meant by that?
Yeah. As I came here to Germany, I found myself as I'm sailing in the ocean. A lot of new things, very big spaces, a very big amount of new things for me. I was searching about a start for me. I was searching in many different ways, and I couldn't find myself. And then I saw a very small light far away, and then I follow it, and it was open art space, and it leads me to the art, to paint, to do this thing that it's inside myself, but I couldn't knew that before. So open art space lead me to this decision to start with university and studying industrial design, not anything else.
Yeah, that's such a brilliant story. And Antonina, I was wondering actually if you had any more stories from the community or any other moments that were breakthrough moments where you were like, wow, the work that we're doing is actually making a difference. And were there any specific stories that you had?
For me, I think it's. I think that when it comes to the notion success, it's a very complex notion, and also I feel that we all define success in different ways. So I don't feel entitled to speak about some specific successes of our community. I would say for me personally, I think that this stability of the community, safety of the community, and and this mutual trust which we have within the community, that's the thing which maybe I could define personally as a kind of even not success, but I feel that that works. This is it.
So we have one question that we ask all our guests. So I'll ask both of you. And Amani, I'll start with you. What does giving back mean to you?
Yeah, giving back. It's a big word with a big meaning. Giving back. It doesn't matter if it is in one form. Maybe it comes many forms. That maybe I can say thank you with my way, and maybe it's my way to saying thank you with a piece of art that I did it with my hands. Maybe my thank you is a feeling that I can giving to you. Maybe it's a part of my time spending with you. So giving back is a very big thing in my life and in my opinion. Yeah, giving back. It's thankfulness.
Thankfulness. Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you. And what about you? What does giving back mean to you?
I think Amani, that thankfulness is that sounds super nice. And for me, maybe it's something similar. As Amani was saying, for me, I would love to see giving back as being thankful, as being grateful, but also as being as sharing, as co-creating, as giving each other maybe as well. Yeah.
Great, thank you both so much. It's been really amazing to hear about the community and all of the work that you're doing, and yeah, it's really inspirational. And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you join us again next time. And if you'd like to find out more about Give Something Back to Berlin and the Open Heart Space, please check the links in this episode's description.